The main business of the weekend will be the Prime Minister's audience the next day. It takes place in the Queen's private sitting room. The Queen checks with her press secretary that there is enough light for the camera.
Is that light all right? But it gets dark suddenly.
The weather, we've been so fortunate with the weather today and yesterday. It's been lovely.
When the sun goes down, you know, it goes behind the hill and that's it.
Really?
So, have you been round quite a lot of the places?
We went to Las Shields, I think.
Oh, right up the lot.
Yeah,
right,
yes.
Yeah. Queen Victoria's house.
Yes.
She used to make the Prime Minister come up and see her there.
The Prime Minister, Your Majesty.
Good evening, Your Majesty. You were in the room whilst that was being filmed?
Yep, I was standing in the corner trying to stay out of the way, but it was a fascinating moment because you just saw there how the Queen understands the way these things work. You know, she's saying, "Have you got enough light?" You know, it was a very kind of relaxed moment actually. One thinks of this sort of vital constitutional moment, Queen meets Prime Minister, but it's, you know, it's at Balmoral, it's in her sitting room, it's very much in a sort of, it's a very informal, very private moment.
And that meeting, of course, is one that has always been shrouded in secrecy.
Yes, it's part of our sort of unwritten constitutions that every week the elected head of government has this entirely confidential chat with the head of state, and we were very lucky to see a bit of it. Obviously, we weren't allowed to sit through all of it, but it's been a fascinating year.
There's so much fascinating, even in that short little clip. You know, there's the cushion, for example. What does it say? It's good to be queen.
I don't know who gave it to her, but it's a sort of wonderful moment. You see all the papers and magazines spread out. You see all of the range of the Queen's interest. One of the things I found particularly fascinating was in there she's got a very old-fashioned big fat TV. None of the sort of, you know, plasma screen stuff. It's a good old solid sort of thing you couldn't even shift on eBay. And if you look in the fireplace, you see instead of a roaring log fire, there's just this little electric fire because, you know, it would take someone an awful lot of time to build an enormous fire. It would waste logs. So she's just got this little 2-bar job plugged into the mains.
Like many of us might have.
Indeed.
People are always fascinated about the making of things like this, and given that it's the Queen, what restrictions were you under as to what you were able to film, and what, you know, how did that work?
It was a very standard sort of documentary procedure that works with all documentaries. I mean, once you turn up at something, there's no one just telling you what you can and can't film. I mean, I'm the writer of the production. We had a cameraman, the director, Michael Waldman, was following the Queen around all year, and frankly, you know, everywhere we wanted to be, obviously within the context of her duties, not within the private life. We had a very good glimpse of what went on right through the Jubilee and beyond. It's not just about the Jubilee, all the other things that go on in royal life, you know, state banquets and receptions, all those